Magandang gabi, Pilipinas. Mahabig gabi sa mga kababayan ko sa Anda, Pangasinan. Thank you. Good evening to all our viewers, and thank you for joining me tonight. Meron po tayong two objectives for tonight. I will be sharing the test-taking strategies. There are 10, and the main focus po is to go over some math questions, and we will use these test-taking strategies to answer this question. If you're watching this live, I'd like you to type your name sa comment section po para po sa shout out later. All right, let's begin with the first strategy. Be wary of tricks and traps. Sometimes these tricks and traps are easy to identify, but don't overanalyze, and also never trust questions that are too easy either. If you don't know how to answer a question, just move on to the next question. Again, don't overanalyze and don't spend too much time in answering one question, especially when you're doing college entrance test or LET exam for math majorship and the Gen Ed, or including civil service exam. So don't overanalyze and don't spend too much time answering one question that has tricks and traps as well. Second strategy is eliminate distractors. And third strategy is draw diagrams and pictures to solve tricky math problems. For multiple choice questions, usually there's 4 or 5 choices, but make sure you can try to eliminate some of the choices. Usually use the process of elimination to whittle down the choices to only 2 or 3. That gives you a better chance to get the right answer. And for most of the math questions, especially geometry, it's really helpful if you can draw diagrams and pictures to solve those tricky math problems. It gives you visualization when working on those types of questions. So try also to convert word problems into diagrams and pictures. It makes it less intimidating and easier to solve. By the way, if you have some other strategies that's working for you, please type on the comment section as well. Strategy number 5, don't look for patterns in places that have none, especially when it comes to multiple choices. Usually, if you see questions that you answered all C, for example, 5 consecutive answers with a C, it's okay. It is possible to have answers that are consecutively C or B. It doesn't matter. Just focus on answering the right answers, okay? And these choices are done in random order. So strategy number 6. Again, if you have other strategies that's working for you, please type them in the comment section. Thank you for watching, Mark Kevin Manalo, I think it's Sir Adrian, Zina Solis, good evening from Manawag, Pangasinan, GU Park from Singapore, Melinda Rafael, good evening. We also have Marlene Kalimlim from Manawag, Pangasinan, and Jobel Balgua Marinas from Anda, Pangasinan. Thank you for watching. Test-taking strategy number 6, be systematic when faced with confusing questions or choices. This is very similar to the first strategy. If you're faced with difficult questions, don't spend too much time working on that problem. It's better to put a mark so that way you know you can go back to those questions later on if you still have time. Usually when I do multiple choice type of questions, I don't leave a problem unanswered. I just put an answer in case I don't have time to go back. I still have a chance to get the answer right. So be systematic when you're faced with difficult questions or confusing questions. Hi to Ilyana Oblesias, Ishika Sadukan from Singapore, and Renan Albacete. Sorry if I mispronounce your names po. But thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me tonight. Please mag-comment po kayo ng strategies ninyo sa comment section para po ma-share po natin sa mga ibang test takers, especially sa upcoming LET exam, college entrance exams, and civil service as well. Number 7, frequently check that your answers match the corresponding questions, especially after you skip some items. Usually math questions or in sa LET po o kaya sa college entrance exams, usually at least 50 questions. So try to make sure that you are bubbling in the right spot every 5 items or every 10 items. One thing that you want to see happening is after answering 30 questions, you figure out that you are marking on the wrong spot. So mahirap pong balikan yung previous question. So check that your answers match the corresponding question. Number 8, as much as possible, hide or cover the choices when reading the stem or the body of the question. Sometimes it makes it confusing to see the choices when answering a math question. So I think it's helpful to cover first the choices while you're answering the question, and then look at the choices. But sometimes also if you don't know how to do the question, it will help if you look at the choices. You can do the backwards method as well. So depending na lang po what works best for you. Hello to Carl Pornan, watching from the city of Quezon, incoming grade 12. So yung mga incoming grade 12, usually ang UPCAT or college entrance test ay usually August, September. So mas maganda to prepare ahead of time. Lalo ngayon, we don't have class until August 24th dyan sa Philippines. So if I were you, spend the time really studying and preparing for the college entrance exams. Strategy number 9, this is really important. It doesn't usually happen in math tests, right? Usually we run out of time in doing a math test, but if you have time left, always find time to go over the questions that you skipped, especially the ones that you're not sure, right? So you can still go back and redo those questions. Hello, Algin Lopez. Good evening. From Manawag, Pangasinan. And Isaac Benjamin Santiago, grade 12 student, watching from Bulacan. Thank you for joining us tonight. And ito na yung really, I think, the most important strategy. And I can't emphasize it more. Before the test, you really have to study. If you don't study, what would you expect, right? So study, study, study. Be prepared for the test, whether it's mentally, even emotionally, all aspects. Kailangan naging ready po kayo for the assessment. Also, one last thing, I think you need to be familiar with the possible content kung civil service yan, merong specific content that you need to study. The same thing with LET majorship and LET Gen Ed or college entrance exam. So may mga reviewers po specifically designed for a test. Like UPCAT, merong mga specific questions covered as well. So those are the 10 test-taking strategies that I shared with you. Again, kung meron po kayong ibang strategies, please share sa comment section so we can apply those strategies as well. All right, so now that we've covered the test-taking strategies, we're gonna continue with solving math problems. Ang mga math problems po will cover basic math, algebra, geometry, probability, and trigonometry as well. So there's are all multiple choice questions. I'll try to incorporate questions from different topics. So sana masagutan din nyo yung mga ibang mga questions. Hello to Maria Hazel Salayo and Melinda Rafael from Cavite City. And to my friend Nell Ariola, thank you for watching. All right, kailangan ko po na inyong participation while doing these multiple choice questions. So these questions are all multiple choice, and I'd like you to try the problems in about 1 minute. And then try to type your answers in the comment section. So after the 1 minute time allotment, I will go over the answers to the questions. Okay? So again, try the problem for about 1 minute, type your answers in the comment section, and then after 1 minute, I'm gonna go over the questions step by step. Thank you for watching, Maria Hazel Salayo and Grace de Los Santos. Thank you for watching. Pwede nyo rin pong indicate kung taga saan kayo, so I can give a shout out. Thank you to Judy Celzo for watching as well. All right, are you guys ready? By the way, the question numbers are based on the PDF resource that I can share with you if you want them. So they're not they're not in chronological order. Hi, John Rolex. Thank you for watching. Hi, John. I know John is a math teacher. All right. So mayroon po kayong 1 minute to answer the questions, and then we're gonna go over the questions after that time. Hello, Ahmed Mujahid Ramos. Yes, Manuel Sanpoco is my friend. Okay, here's the first question. It's number 2. I'll give you 1 minute. You guys have 1 minute for each question, and then once you hear the sound, then I'm gonna go over the question. All right, so time's up. Hold on, I'm gonna. Hello to Eliana, Alexis, Maria, Hazel, and Jobel. Thank you for watching. All right, so in this problem, the word is evaluate. So what we need to do is substitute the values of x, y, and a into the expression. And all we need to do is simplify it. So y is 1/2, our x is 3. So we need to plug in x is 3. A is 3 rather. A is 3, x is 6, and y is 1/2. So we plug it in. And then we simplify the parentheses first. Make sure you're using the order of operations. So 6 divided by 2 is 3 minus 3. And now we can multiply 4 times 3, which is 12. Simplify further. We need to multiply 3 minus 3, which is 0. Take away 12. And then, of course, 0 minus 12 is negative 12. So now we can simply multiply 1/2 times negative 12, which is negative 6. So be careful the way the question is set up. They write down first the expression is equal to the right side numbers -5, -7, 5, and -6 are the answers. So make sure you know how to solve or how to evaluate algebraic expressions. Again, you simply substitute the values for the variable, and then you simplify it using the order of operations. Usually we call it the PEMDAS rule. Parentheses first, exponent, multiplication or division from left to right, and then adding or subtracting. All right, so we have few of you got the right answer. Grace got it right. Aldrin, John, Jobel, you guys got it right. Parentheses, by the way, parentheses, brackets, or braces are also multiplication operations. Okay, so the answer to this question is -6. Here's our next question. I'll give you 1 minute. Start. By the way, your goal is always to answer a question within 1 minute. Some questions are easier than others. All right, that's the time's up. All right, most of you got it right. The answer is letter C. Letter C. By the way, if you don't know the answer, don't just put letter C, okay? That's not true. All right, a farmer has a rectangular field that measures 125 feet by 200 feet. He wants to enclose the field with a fence. What is the total length in feet he will need for the job? So this means in this problem, we're solving for the perimeter because we need to enclose the field with a fence. Okay. So when you're solving for the perimeter, this means that you're simply adding the sides of a polygon. All right. Thank you for the comments. I'm going to remove the logo. All right, so that's the first step. I think I mentioned in the strategy that it will help if you can draw the diagram or a picture. So in this problem, the dimension is 125 feet by 200 feet. So all you need to do is add all these sides. So 125 times 2 is 250, and then 200 times 2 is 400. So that means you have 650. That's the measurement of the perimeter. Okay. All right. Ready for the next question? Start. All right, looks like this is a difficult question. Post your answers now if you have an answer. I'm not seeing any responses yet. I'll give you about 15 more seconds to try this problem. All right, so far we have answer is letter C. All right, so now I think it's time for me to go over this question. The question is how many boys participate? 25 more girls than 2/3 the number of boys who participate in interscholastic sports at a local high school. If the number of girls participating is 105, how many boys participate? So here for this equation, for this problem, I will represent X as the number of boys who participated. So to set up the equation, it says 25 more girls than 2/3 the number of boys. So since it says 2/3 the number of boys, that means we need to multiply 2/3 by X, or X times 2/3. And then it says 25 more, so that means you need to add 25 to that, and the answer is equal to 105. The internet slows down, hold on. All right, I'm seeing more people typing their answers. The answer is letter C, you're right. So just like what I've said, the equation now is 2/3 X plus 25 is equal to 105. I'm then doing the inverse operation, so you can subtract 25 to both sides. So that counts as that. Then 2/3 X is equal to 80. And then you can multiply by the reciprocal of 2/3, which is 3/2. So X is equal to 80 divided by 2 is 40 times 3, you get 120. All right. I think the live stream is 15 seconds behind. So I'm going to slow down a little bit so you have more chance to answer the questions. All right, here's our question number 6. Next problem. Hello to Kuya Eddie. Hi, Avery. Thank you for watching. So this is a geometry question. Before taking the exam, also another tip for you guys, make sure you memorize some of those formulas, especially in geometry and trigonometry. There's a lot of formulas that you need to remember. Type your answers now in the comment section if you have one already. All right, looks like this is a difficult question. I only see one answer so far. Well, actually two answers. The question is, what would be the height of a trapezoidal building if at its base, it measured 85 feet, its roof line measured 40 feet, and the surface of one side was 7,000, surface area of one side was 7,200 square feet. So we're talking about area here of a trapezoid. Can you recall the formula for the area of a trapezoid? Area of a trapezoid is 1/2 times the height times the sum of the two bases, base 1 plus base 2. So the answer to this is 120 feet. Yes, you got it right, Aldrin and Melinda. So that's the formula for the area of a trapezoid. Make sure you guys write it down. Area is equal to 1/2 times the height times the sum of the two bases, base 1 and base 2. By the way, base 1 and base 2 are the two parallel sides of a trapezoid. So now in this problem, the area is 7,200 feet and the two bases are 80 and 40 feet. You were asked to find the height. So all we need to do is to substitute those values. So now let's plug in the values. What is the area again? The area is 7,200 feet, and base 1 and base 2 can be interchanged. So you're simply adding those two, 40, and 80. So 7,200 is the area. We have 1/2 times the height. The height is missing. And again, the two bases are 80 and 40, which is equal to 120. So just add the 40 and the 80. Simplifying this further, we have 7,200, and we can add 40 and 80, that's 120. And to do this, it's better to just multiply 1/2 times 120, which is 60. So now we can divide both sides by 60. So the height of the trapezoid is 120 feet. So the answer is letter C. Looks like most of our answers are letter C at this time. But again, if you don't know, don't just put letter C. Are you ready for the next question? Another geometry question. Sorry. The answer is 30 feet. It's only 15 seconds. But for the volume of a cylinder, make sure, again, you write down this formula for the volume of a cylinder. The formula is pi r squared height. So the volume is 13,565 cubic feet. And the radius is 12, so we need to do 12 to the second power. 12 to the second power means 12 times 12, which is 144 pi. This one requires calculator. It's a large number. Thank you, Aldrin. You got it right. So when you divide 13,565 by 144, it's approximately 30 feet. So the answer here is 30 feet. So make sure you write down those two formulas, one for the area of a trapezoid, and the other one is the volume for the cylinder. All right, let's try inequality problem this time. Start. You guys have 1 minute. Type your answers now. All right, time's up. Type your answers. You got it right. Eliana, that's correct. Maria, that's correct. Raynan, that's right. Sir Adrian, Lemuel, that's also correct. The answer is letter C. X is greater than 9. So when dealing equations or inequalities with fractions, the best method is to get rid of that denominator first. So for this question, you need to, the first thing that you need to do is to multiply each term by the denominator 3. So you multiply first by 3. That means 4/3 times 3 will give you just 4x, minus 5 becomes 15, x becomes 3x, and -2 becomes -6. So now we need to isolate the x on one side, so we subtract 3x. So now we have x minus 15 and more than -6. You need to do the inverse operation. So the inverse of minus 15 is adding 15 to both sides. So add 15 to both sides, we now have -6 plus 15, which is 9. So x value is greater than 9. Okay, that's correct, John. Here's our next question. The inequality corresponding to the statement, the price is no more than the price is no less than $100. The inequality corresponding to the statement, the price is no less than $100 is. So this should be an easy question. Just be careful about the The phrase, the price is no less than $100. No less than 100. Okay, once you have your answers, please type your answers to the comment section. This is an easy question, but tricky question, so be careful. No less than 100. What do you think is the answer? Okay, the answer should be letter B. The question says the price is no less than $100. So that means it can be equal to 100 or greater. 100 or greater. So the answer is letter B. If X is greater than or equal to 100. It says no less than 100. So that means it can be 100 or more. 100 or more. So the answer is letter B. Again, that's an easy question, but really tricky. So be careful with the phrase no less than $100. So that's letter B. Okay, here's the next question. Sorry. Which of these points does not lie on the graph of, sorry, I think it's covered, y is equal to negative x plus 3. Y equals negative x plus 3. So, sorry, lumabas na yung answer. John, you got it right. Ilyana, you got it right. No, you got it right, John. The answer is letter D. So in this question, which of these points does not lie on the graph? We need to substitute the ordered pairs into the equation and see if they work. So we need to substitute x is 9 and y is negative 6. That works for letter A. Same thing with 3, 0. Y is 0, x is 3, so you plug it in. Of course, negative 3 plus 3 is also 0, so that works. And negative 2, 5. So 5, you plug in the negative 2. So be careful with that because that is negative of negative 2. That becomes positive 2. And positive 2 plus 3 is also 5. So the only thing that will not work when you plug in is 2 comma 2 because that becomes 2 is equal to negative 2 plus 3, which is of course wrong. Okay, so for this question, you really need to substitute the values of x and y into the equation. See which one works or which one doesn't work. Okay, here's the next question. Three concentric circles whose radii are in the ratio 2 to 3 to 5. If the area of the smallest circle is 36 pi, what would be the area of the largest circle? So this one is a bit difficult. Yes, Lemuel, you're right. We need to substitute the values of x and y into the given equation. I think these questions are a bit challenging, so try harder, guys. Please keep track of your scores. Let's see who will get the highest score. Ang mga questions din na to pwede rin din po sa MTAP competitions. I'm also the coach. Coach din ako ng math counts competition. For 4 years in a row, we've been competing in Singapore, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Beijing, US as well. So every year, top 4 around the world get a chance to compete in the US. And for 3 consecutive years, Singapore was represented in the national competition in Washington, D.C. and Florida. So you could use these materials as well as a review material. Yes, Raynan, I have PDF file of these questions. There are actually 100 questions. I will be sharing these resources soon. I have your email addresses. I will just email them. All right, type your answers, you guys. So far, isa pa lang yung nag-submit ng answer. Looks like it's difficult. I'll give you 30 more seconds because I know it's a difficult question. By the way, if you have not subscribed yet to my channel, please do so. If you find it helpful, please do subscribe and turn on the notification bell as well para sa mga latest na ganap. Mukhang nahirapan yata ang mga students natin. Okay, last 10 seconds, and then I'm going to reveal the answer. It's okay, Prince. All right, Sir Adrian got it right. Mark Kevin Manalo, tama. Raven Pascual, John Rolex, you got it right. The answer is what? The answer is letter Z, 225 pi. 225 pi. Sabi ni Prince, mukhang kailangan ko talaga balikan. Yes. Raynan, you got it right, and Lemuel, you got it right as well. The answer is 225 pi. So here, the ratio is 2:3:5. That means that we can represent the radius of the smallest circle as 2r. So the area is 36 pi. So now we have 4 pi r squared. And then you can simply divide both sides by 4 pi. That gives you 9 is equal to r squared. So since 9 is equal to r squared, this means that the radius of the small circle is 3. Okay? So if the radius of a small circle is 3, that means that the radius of the big circle will be 5 times 3, right? So to find the area of the largest circle, you're simply doing the radius is 3. You just multiply it by 5. So 15 square times pi, that will give you 225 pi. So that will be the area of the largest circle. Jan Rolex said 6, 9, 12, 15. That's the sides, right? Yeah, so you can multiply 5 times the 3, which is 15, and then you do 15 square. And that's it, 225 times the pi. That's the area of the largest circle. Hi, Ryan Bay from Singapore. Thank you for watching. All right, here's a function question. Give it a try, guys. Thank you for joining us. Marami ding may mga math teachers din who are joining us tonight. So dapat tama ang sagot ko. Or else mababasa ko ng mga math teachers, math majors. Be kind to me. All right, give it a try, you guys. Yes, Nicole, this video will be uploaded after ng live streaming. Hi, Nicole. Thank you for participating, Kuya Black and Arjoyce or Base. Thank you for joining us tonight. All right, 10 more seconds, you guys. Looks like this is an easy question. I'm seeing right answers. Congratulations, you guys. All right, so the question is, if f of x is equal to 4x cubed minus 4x squared plus 10, then f of negative 2 is equal to. So this is simply a substitution problem, evaluating the function f of negative 2. So the answer is right, letter B, negative 38. We simply substitute negative 2 into the x. And be careful when doing negative 2 to the third power. Of course, that's negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, which is negative 8. And when you simplify this expression, you will get negative 38. Make sure you're using the order of operations as well. Okay? So lahat po ng sumagot, tama ang answer ninyo. It's letter B, negative 38. All right, ready for the next question? Here we go. Oh, natakpan na naman yung isa. Hold on. The last part is minus 24. The last expression is x squared plus 4x minus 24. All over x squared plus 11x plus 30. Yung natakpan po ay x squared plus 4x minus 12. That's the minus 12. Yung natakpang number po ay minus 12. I don't know how to hide that timer. Pasensya na. Again, the second numerator is x squared plus 4x minus 12. This requires a lot of factoring, you guys, so be careful. Mukhang maraming magagaling sa ating mga viewers. By the way, I'm graduate ako ng PNU. Meron ba ditong from Philippine Normal University? Ako po ay graduate ng Philippine Normal University in 2000, year 2000. BS in Mathematics for Teachers, year 2000. 15 more seconds, and then we will reveal the answers. The answer. Jocelyn is from PNU as well. Hi, Prince. Thank you for joining us. Hi, Jocelyn. Sir Adrian, why joke? The right answer is Sir Adrian is from PNU as well, batch 98. John is from PNU also. Yes, I think I saw you, John, like 2 years ago. I visited PNU, I think, in 2018 or 2017. I can't remember. Hi, Michelle. Michelle is from PNU as well. Physics teacher. Hi, Michelle. All right, so for this question, we need to factor out the expressions. So for the numerator, we have x plus 2 times x plus 1 because we need to get the factors of 2. That will give you a sum of 3. Again, factor product of 2 and a sum of 3. So we need to use 2 and 1. So that's why we have x plus 2 and x plus 1. For the denominator, x squared plus 6x plus 5, factoring this, we need to get a product of 5 and a sum of 6. So we need to use the numbers 5 and 1. That's why the factors are x plus 5 and x plus 1. The same thing for the second fraction. We need to factor it out, x plus 6x minus 2. And for the denominator, we need to use 6 and 5 to get a product of 30 and a sum of 11. And what did you notice? Yeah, we can cancel out those x plus 1s and x plus 6. So we have a simpler rational expression. We have x plus 2 over x plus 5 minus x minus 2 over x plus 5. And now we have like fractions, right? We can just simply copy the denominator x plus 5 and combine like terms for your numerator. So x and negative x will cancel out. So we have 4 over x plus 5. Sir Adrian took BSE Math at Philippine Normal University. Jocelyn is a BS Math graduate, batch 98 as well. All right, so shout out sa mga kapwa ko taga PNU. Oh, sorry. Yeah, and 45 na i-reveal na tuloy yung answer. So the answer for this question is negative 167x squared y to the 10th. All we need to do here is simplify the expressions, square. So when you're squaring a monomial, make sure you multiply the powers 5 times 2 and 2 times 1 as well. So for the 4y to the 4th, that means 4y to the 4th times 4y to the 4th, which is 16y to the 8th power. Okay, and then we can simplify further. So we can simplify the 11 times 16, that's negative 176. And we can simplify x squared, y to the 8th as 10. And they're like terms. So we need to subtract 9 minus 176. Okay, just be careful with the exponents. Okay, expression to a power. Maria is BSE Math, batch 99. Thank you for watching, Maria. Okay, ready now for next question? Here we go. I'll try to pause the next question para. All right, natakpan na naman yung huli. The last term is 3a root b. Yung natakpan ay 3a square root of b. Again, the last term is 3a square root of b. Sorry, guys. Give it a try. Ang bilis ng oras, it's already 6:56. By the way, yung mga hindi pa po nakapag-subscribe, pwede rin po kayo mag-subscribe sa Celzo Academy. And you can also follow my FB page, Celzo Academy, for the latest updates as well. All right, medyo delay ang answers. The answer is, okay. Most of you got it right. Maria, Joyce, Lemuel, Mark, John, Gina, Jobel, Rochelle, and the comrade. You guys got it right. The answer is, so to simplify this problem, we just multiply the 9 and the 3a, the outside terms, 9 and 3a, that's 27a. And then for the radical expression, a squared b times b, we can multiply it as a squared b squared. And of course, the square root of a squared is a, the square root of b squared is b. So we simply multiply 27a times ab, which is letter D. Okay. All right. I know you are ready for a geometry question. All right, start. Let's see who will get the right answer first. Find the area of the rectangle below. Bravo, Michelle. Michelle got it right first. So I will reveal the answer because Michelle got it right already. The answer is, of course, letter B, 36. Since the radius of the circle is √3 or square root of 3, that means that the diameter is 2√3. So the length of this rectangle will be 6√3. So you simply multiply 6√3 times 2√3. Galing talaga ni Michelle. Maria, that's correct as well. Yeah, so again, the length of the rectangle is 6√3. And the width, you can use, of course, length times width or base times height. So you can just multiply 6√3 times 2√3, that is 36. Madali lang, di ba? It's already 7 p.m., you guys, but I still have set of questions. So if you want to continue, just stay for a bit, maybe about 10 minutes. And then tapusin natin. All right, here's the next question. Probability time. It's time for probability. Next time, dapat may prize ang pinakamaraming tamang answer. Kung mayroong magdo-donate. All right, post your answers when you're ready. Sino kaya ang unang makakuha ng tamang sagot? $15 seconds. Si Ahmed magdo-donate ng 1,000 pesos sa bawat unang makasagot ng answer. Right? By the way, maraming salamat sa lahat ng tumulong sa We Are in This Together. Nakapag-raise po tayo ng 500,000 para sa isang school sa Pangasinan. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng tumulong. So we're in this together. Again, we have raised almost $500,000 for that charity event. Sa ating ding Lapis ng Pangarap, meron tayong natulungan na almost 10,000 students in Pangasinan. And the other one is Inspiring Minds, Transforming Lives. Last year, nakapag-raise din tayo ng 140,000 para sa Malong Elementary School. Alright, ang unang nakakuha ng tamang sagot ay si Mark Kevin Manalo. The answer is letter A. Your answer is also right, Ahmed and John and Michelle, tama ka ba? You're number 4. John, that's correct. I know you're not sure, but you got it right. The answer is letter A. Maria, that's correct. Letter A. So, to solve for probability, kailangan ninyong malaman kung ilan yung total, right? So, we have red marbles, we have green, we have white, and it says there are thrice as many green as red. So this means that red will be represented as X, green will be 3X, and white will be twice the 3X, which is 6X. So X, 3X, and 6X will be 12X in 10X in total. So to find the probability of getting a white, that's simply 6X over 10X, and you can reduce it as 3/5. Okay? So the answer is 3/5 for that question. All right, meron pa tayong 30 live viewers. So I guess we're gonna skip that. The answer is no solution. So for this exponential equation, make sure that the base are the same. So we need to rewrite 81 as base 9 to the second power. And you can just remove or take out the base is 9. So 5 is equal to 2, which is of course not true, which means that there's no value or values of X that will make this equation true. Here's our next question. It's time for arithmetic sequence. Try to solve this without using a calculator. I know you guys could do that. Which term of the arithmetic sequence 258 is equal to 227? Sino kaya ang una makakuha ng tamang sagot? Once you have your answer, pakitype na lang. Tommy Akror, thank you for watching, but I don't understand your question. It says, can you do the yards? Are you referring to conversion of units? All right. Let's see. Type your answers now, you guys. All right. The first person who got the right answer is Jobel, letter C, and then John. The answer is 76 term. Magaling, lahat tama. It's letter C. So this is an arithmetic sequence question, right? So you need to use the arithmetic formula AN is equal to A1 plus N minus 1 times D, which means that our last term is 227. The first term is 2, and the common difference is 3 because you're adding 3 each time. So you just plug those in. And then algebraically, so you can combine like terms and do distributive property as well. So you get 227 is equal to 3n minus 1. And then you can just add 1 to both sides. And then after that, you divide by 3. So the answer is 76 term. Make sure you guys memorize that formula for arithmetic sequence. A sub n is equal to A sub 1 plus n minus 1 times d to find the terms. Okay. Let's try to end this at 7:15. So maybe about 3 more questions. I have more questions, but I don't want to extend it longer unless 7:15, okay? I hope okay lang sa inyo. 7:15. Here's the next question. Probability question as well. So 50 have type A blood, 65 type B, 70 type O, and 15 type A blood, AB blood. What's the probability that this person has O blood type O? Yung natakpan ay 50 type A blood. Thank you for watching, Ileana, Zena, and Maria. All right. So the first person who got it right is Ileana. Mark Kevin, that's also correct, 7 out of 20, or that's 0.35 or 35%. Yeah. So simply you're adding again probability. So we need to find the total. There's 200 people, so that's the denominator. And simply the question is probability that's going to be type O. So you need to do 70 over 200, right? So 70 over 200 in simplest form, it's 7 over 20, or that is 0.35, okay? So that's all. Make sure you know the total, and then it's simply 70 divided by that total. So the answer is 0.35. Again, 7 over 20, or also 35%. Probabilities can be expressed as decimal, fraction, or percent, okay? So 70 over 200 or 7 over 20, just like what Mark Kevin said, and that is 35%, or 0.35. All right, last 2 problems. I think we're ready for a geometry question. Here we go. What is the value of x? So for this question, you need concepts on vertical angles, linear pair, and also angle sum of a triangle. All right. Okay. Here we have, yeah, some said B, some said C. Okay. So B and C are common answers. So let's see. What do you think is the right answer? The right answer is letter C, 85. Okay, 60 because linear pair, 35 for the vertical angle. And by angle sum, a triangle has a total of 180 degrees. So just add 35 and 60, subtract it from 180. That will be the value for x. All right. I think we still have more viewers. So if we have less than 20 viewers, I'll stop. So far we have 32 viewers. So I think we can continue then. Perhaps 3 more questions. Tatlo na lang. Last 3 questions. Okay, here's the next question. Oh, sorry. Ayan na tuloy. So the same thing, for this question, you also need to add the 3 angles. That should be equal to 180 degrees. So combination of algebra and geometry. Angle sum is always 180 degrees. So combine like terms. And then you just subtract 90 to both sides. And you divide by 2. So the x value is 45 degrees. Okay. Here's the next question. What are the x-intercepts of the function x cubed plus 3x squared minus x minus 3 is the last term. I'm going to type x cubed plus 3x. Natakpan siya ulit. I'm going to type it. The question should be x cubed plus 3x squared minus x minus 3. Minus 3 is the last term. What are the x-intercepts of the function x cubed plus 3x squared minus x minus 3? Maraming salamat sa lahat ng viewers natin. I think we have one more question. And then after that, if you guys want to stay for a bit, ask questions, you could also do that. I could answer some of the questions that you may have as well. Okay, maybe about 5 minutes. If you want to stay, I can answer to some of your comments. All right, type your answers. What are the x-intercepts of this function? x cubed plus 3x squared minus x minus 3. Mukhang mahirap yata, wala pang answers. Type your answers now. All right, we got the first 3 right answers. Aldrin, Zena, and Jolas. Those are right answers. So when you're solving for the x-intercepts, that means that you're solving for x when y is 0. So this means that your f of x is 0. So, and then after that, you could do factoring by grouping. Yes, that's right. Mark, Kevin, Rochelle, that's right. So yes, f of x is 0. And then you can do factoring by grouping. You can have the first 2 terms as the first group, the last 2 as the second group. The first group, take out the x squared. And for the second group, you take out the -1 as a GCF. So now you can factor it as x plus 3. And then you have x squared minus 1, which is also a difference of perfect squares. And difference of these perfect squares, x squared minus 1, can be factored out as x plus 1, x minus 1. And from here, we can use the zero product property, which means x plus 3 equals 0, x plus 1 equals 0, x minus 1 equals 0. So therefore, the x-intercepts are -3, -1, and +1. Those are the x-intercepts. All right, here's our last question. Let's do a trigonometric identity. Again, thank you so much to all our viewers. This is our last question, but if you have some questions, type them in the comment section. I will try to answer them maybe 5-10 minutes. If you want to stay, I can answer some of those questions. Be nice sa questions, okay? By the way, this is my 20th year sa teaching profession. I taught 4 years sa Philippines, 12 years sa US, and this is my 4th year here in Singapore. So yeah, 20 years in teaching profession. "15 seconds. Type your answers when you're ready. By the way, congratulations din sa 20 winners. I think that was 2 weeks ago. As part of the Nurse and Teacher Appreciation Week, meron tayong 20,000 giveaways for 20 people. So congratulations sa lahat ng winners natin 2 weeks ago. All right. Melinda and Rochelle got the right answer. The answer is 1. So here you need to use the trigonometric identity, right? So one way to solve this, sana may 20,000 giveaway rin sa students. Mali natin soon. Okay, but for now, last 2 weeks was Teacher and Nurse Appreciation Week. So one way to solve this problem is to separate first this expression into 2 fractions. And then after that, you can cancel out the 10 square to both numerator and denominator. And also the sine square, you can cancel those out. Make sure you know the 3 trigonometric identities. That's really important when dealing with groups for trigonometry. And of course, 1 over sine square is the same thing as, it's the reciprocal of cosecant, right? So we have cosecant square theta. and the reciprocal of tangent is cotangent. So the second one will be cotangent square, and of course that is equal to 1. All right, so that concludes our questions, math questions. I hope that you learned something from these math questions, whether you're preparing for the college entrance exams or LET o kaya CSE. Sana nakatulong ito. And meron pa tayong next sessions in the future. Thank you for joining us tonight. Whether you're in the Philippines, meron ding mga nasa Singapore. Okay. If you guys have questions, meron ba? Pag meron questions, I'll stay for about 5 more minutes. Thank you also for watching, Raven, Mr. Krabs Gaming, Gio, thank you for watching, Jobel. Hindi ko na isa-isahin lahat. Don't forget to subscribe to Celzo Academy if you find this helpful, and share it to your friends as well. Next Saturday, meron naman tayong webinar for teachers naman. For the past 3 months here in Singapore, we did virtual learning for 3 months. Hi, Tita Angie. Ate Angie, thank you. Si Ate Angie Rivera is a teacher now from Texas. Hi, Ate Angie. Ate Angie Rivera is actually the one who hired me sa St. Jude Catholic School 20 years ago. 20 years ago pa. How do we factor faster mentally? Well, make sure you remember those difference of yung mga shortcut muna. Difference of perfect squares, perfect square trinomial, and for the general trinomials, I always use the AC method. It's hard to explain right now, but I also have a video on the factoring techniques. Robin Pascual, so please check those out. I have them on the playlist for quadratic functions and quadratic equations. So please check them out. Thank you then, Sir Adrian, John Rolex, and Mark Kevin Manalo. Thank you for joining us. Ray, you're watching. Thank you for watching. Hindi ka sumagot, Ray. Next time you need to participate. So wala naman yatang questions. So at 7:30, I will end the live streaming. Sorry, nag-extend tayo. Dapat hanggang 1 hour lang. So yeah, for 3 months, virtual learning kami dito sa Singapore. So I'll try to share the knowledge that I learned using Zoom, using Elastic. We've been using Google Classroom for 4 years now here in Singapore. So I'll give you some tips on how to use those in your classrooms in the Philippines, especially that you guys are doing blended learning starting August 24, I believe. So I hope I can help teachers in the Philippines and students as well. All right, looks like walang $1 million question. So again, at 7:30, I will end this virtual live streaming. By the way, lahat ng mga resources that I'm sharing are free. So I'm hoping yung mga nag-request ng mga resources, you're not selling those resources because those are free, intended to help the students, especially in the Philippines, and also helping those students, those people taking the civil service exam and the let majorship as well. So lahat po yan ay free. Kawang gawa. So please share those resources in exchange of nothing, please. Raven Pascual, how do I make math love me? Looks like math loves you already. In the coming weeks, I will also be sharing some math counts competition materials. Just like Rob mentioned, I've been a math counts coach for 4 years here in Singapore. And we've competed here in Singapore, Hong Kong, Indonesia, Shanghai, Washington, D.C., and Orlando, Florida. Although this year, math counts competitions in Orlando, Florida was canceled because of the COVID-19 situation. But I will be sharing those resources in the coming weeks. Baka makatulong din sa MTAP competition to the Philippines. How to ace math exams for CETs. Next Wednesday, I will have a second session for college entrance exams, and I will be sharing some more tips as well. For the college entrance test, make sure you know what are the specific content that's covered in college entrance exams like UPCAT or ACET. Kasi minsan iba-iba yung coverage ng topics nila na tinitest. So again, last announcement, please consider subscribing to Celzo Academy to reach out to more students and teachers and any math enthusiasts. Also, again, I want to say thank you to all the supporters of Lapis ng Pangarap or Pencil of Dreams. Natulungan natin yung about 10,000 students in Pangasinan. Sa atin ding, what else? Nakalimutan ko. Inspiring Minds, Transforming Lives. Maraming salamat din sa supporters noon at sa ating We're in This Together fundraising campaign for the students and schools in the Philippines. All right, it's 7:30. Thank you so much for watching and have a great night, everyone. See you soon.